RuneScape's user interface has evolved drastically over the past 2 decades. And with Jagex confirming that they are working on improving RS3's UI experience, I wanted to take a quick second on how we got here and things I'd love to see implemented in the future. Back in the classic era, the UI was as simple as it gets, but functional. Menus were condensed down into single panels. For example, your magic and prayer were in one list, stats and quest also in one menu. Minimap, you actually had to manually open it to be able to view it. And additionally, here's a little fun fact, the inventory had more slots than both modern versions of RuneScape. Everything relied on opening and closing pages, not persistent on-screen info. RS2 is where the UI truly became a UI. For example, your minimap is permanently visible, menus separated into clear tabs, your friends in ignore, skills, magic, prayer, all split up into their own separate tabs. We've also introduced new tabs for the combat, equipment, and robust settings menu. If you notice this, you did not have any data orbs at this time. So for example, things like your health, prayer, run energy, all had to be tracked via inside the tabs that they were in. So for your skills, prayer, you actually had to click on those tabs to be able to view those. Now over the RuneScape 2's time, there were more graphical updates that were made to the game. For example, in 2006, there was a icon overhaul, so your minimap / the compass got redesigned a little bit. Some of the icons, like I said, overhauled with a different art direction. 2008 is when the orbs actually arrived quietly. Now, we did find this out later on. It was, I believe, 19th August is when this was dropped quietly into the game, is when you first had the run energy orb. That was the first one to appear in the game in 2008. Also within 2008, you had the release of the major graphical update of high detail. With high detail came resizable mode. So instead of it being condensed down in fixed mode, you can actually resize it to whatever your screen was and play it in full screen. That was a big change to the UI at that point. After this, we wouldn't really see much of an update except for maybe some different pillars, some different kind of design options for both resizable and fixed. Players kind of chose different ones that they loved playing with here. It wasn't up until, I want to say, pre-EOC, so about 2011, 2012, when we saw the biggest update, where the color shift from its iconic brown over to blue. And that was the first time the UI had really changed its overall aesthetic in a big way. Now, we come to RuneScape 3's launch in 2013. With the launch of RuneScape 3 came the NIS, the new interface system. This allowing you to fully customize it in any way that you would love, full panel movement, modular layout, docking, scaling, snapping, you name it. Pretty much gives you full just control over your menu. Now, a little bit longer into the year, of course, EOC, everybody knows how much everybody loved EOC during that time frame. Players were of course outraged, so they kind of wanted to get back to roots. So what Jagex did to kind of appease those players, and not only with the combat system and returning the legacy combat mode, they also introduced a legacy skin and legacy interface to kind of go along with that, kind of let players actually go back to their roots and get that RS2 vibe that they may have been missing out on. And it's kind of a fun way for new players to base off of their design currently. After this, UI progress pretty much slowed down. Updates were minor, mostly texture refreshes and submenu additions, but no really big paradigm shift since NIS. There really hasn't been much of a, from what at least I can tell, just of an update. Now, these are stuff that I think would help in RS3's growth and player expression. I feel currently the UI suffers from being very square, very rigid. And yes, that can look okay, and you know, if you kind of go back to the fixed mode, a lot of people like playing that way in a sense, just bigger screen, more menus on screen. But I kind of want to see more curves, just more options. Like, I love the way the minimap looks on the legacy interface mode. So I think it would be fantastic if we could grab the orbs that are around the minimap and replace the one that we get when you're using the current NIS system. I think that'd be cool. Even adding different UI skins beyond legacy. I think it'd be super dope. Let's say you complete a achievement diary, you get a specific UI skin for that area. Or if you complete all of them, you unlock a UI skin for that. Boss collections, you name it. The amount of possibilities here that you can do to customize the overall UI skins is kind of endless. Imagine it with each god of RuneScape. You have Guffix, you have Armadil, Zamorak, Saradomin skins. I think that would just really help with player expression and just really give more of a sense of things to complete within the game. There's a lot already, don't trust me, I know. But it'd be really cool to just kind of add those rewards to your game. Now this is where I'm gonna challenge the community here, and specifically the artist, and maybe some of the non-artistic folks out there. I want you guys to pitch some ideas for UI design concepts, some different skins, some maybe different ways that panels look. I've kind of browsed around on Reddit and some other places and haven't really seen much of change. Hello, this is Hob from the future reaching out to you. So it turns out in the process of doing the research for this video, I did find out that a senior graphic designer from Jagex named James Morrissey, I hope I'm saying that correctly and pronouncing that right, Morrissey, yeah. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that okay. Anyways, he worked on a conceptual design as a fan project for pretty much the user interface for the equip/inventory screen, the upgrade/season pass, and even the skills tab. Came out looking super cool. I'm going to be showing that on screen for you guys now, but I just thought I'd pretty much point that out to you guys that there is a concept design that is out there, and you guys go check it out. I'm going to link it down below for you guys, and yeah, we'll go back to your scheduled programming. But that's what I'm challenging you guys as the community. Show me what you think would be some cool concepts to apply to the overall UI design and stuff that maybe Jagex should look into implementing, and maybe they already have. Where would you take RuneScape's UI next? More customization, cleaner menus, themed unlockables? Let me know in the comments down below. And of course, maybe Jagex might actually hear us out on this one. All my sources are also going to be in the description down below, so that way if you guys want to read into any of this info that I found over the time of creating this video, that's all going to be in the description down below. Make sure you leave a like, subscribe, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Have a good rest of your day. Drink water.